In this lesson, we are going to round up on something that was left out in the last lesson. If we notice here, this page has not resized properly, so something is preventing it from minimizing the way I would like it to. And to find out why, if we inspect element, we'll see that the width is set to 964 for these classes here. So we need to manually override it. So if we go into our new article CSS, we can paste those two classes. Since we're applying the same style to both of them, we could use a comma to separate it, and we say width should be 100%. So this way it will resize to 100% of the screen size. If we check it now, you will notice that it hasn't worked. Okay, so the reason why it hasn't worked is if we go into our HTML, you will notice that up here we have our summer note and our chosen are both above our CSS article. So we need to override it. So to do that, we say bang and important. So this is how we override inherited CSS. So now when we resize, our own width will take effect. Okay, so everything else would work as expected. So I just wanted to quickly fix this problem before we went on to our task. So in this lesson, we are working on recreating this page, which is the view articles page. And I will introduce a plugin from now on. So we'll be using this plugin. So if you go into my GitHub account, you find a plugin that I have cloned and then added some more methods to. And a typical plugin will have a snippet like this, so we can use this to generate a bordered table, for example. So we don't have to do too much work. It's originally by Jason. I've done a pull request on his account, so you should be able to use his account or mine at some point soon. So download it to your download folder, and then what we need to do is, as usual, double click it and then copy the folder. I've already done this, so I will follow through like that. And now if we go into Sublime, so you say Command Shift and P for package. If you're on Windows, it would be Control Shift and P. Type browse and click on browse package. Okay, so that will bring us to the package folder, and this is where you paste yours. So this is mine there, so you paste yours in here, and it has all these folders in it. Okay, so so what we now do is go into right click on admin and create a new file, and we want to save this file as articles.html. So this is how the snippets work. So we say BS3, so Bootstrap 3 template, okay, and colon and HTML5, and hit the tab key and it generates the code for you, the default code that you would usually get from Bootstrap. So I'll change the title to articles, and here I'll just add here and here HTTPS, or just HTTP, it's fine. Okay, so this is a very quick way, so we don't have to go into Bootstrap every single time and copy and paste. Go into our admin and double click on articles, and that's what we have so far. Okay, so we are making progress. This is what we're aiming for. We're still far away from it. As usual, we'll focus on the HTML aspect in this lesson, and then we'll go ahead and work on styling it. Okay, so if in our new articles HTML, I'm going to copy this. Okay, so this is the body section of it. So a lot of duplicate code, so save us the time in retyping everything from scratch. So I'm just going to select this up to this point so I can indent it so it looks neater. Okay, and if I minimize our side menu, and minimize the header, and we are left with this, the form. We don't need the form for what we're doing, so we can get rid of that. So I'll leave everything else as it is. Okay, if we save that and reset the screen, we're missing our style. So if I come here, I could link to our CSS, default.css, which applies to all pages, and reset again, and we have something that looks much better. Okay, so again, we have a look here. We have the header section. We could start with the header section, and what we can do is get rid of this title, and we could have all articles, and add an additional class here. So we want to pull everything to the left side, and within the header section, BS3 extra small button, type of primary, tab key, and we'll have our button there. A very nice and easy way of doing this without having to go into Bootstrap. Okay, so let's see, that's what we're aiming for, and just create new article. Yep, so that makes sense. Want to pull this to the right, so we have something on the left and the right side, and there we go. So notice the line is not drawn properly. That's because we haven't cleared our float. So clear fix is the class from Bootstrap, and that looks much better. So there are a few styles here and there which would take care of at some point. So we'll just focus on the structure. So the next is our search. Again, within our content inner, we can use the snippet BS3, give us a row with column and tab, and it gives this to us. Okay, I'm going to just focus on MD for now. So medium, it should be 12, which is the full width, length, or whatever. So BS3 inputs group texts with button, so that's what it's given us. So I just like it. I think it's nice. And here we go. We have everything we need. Let's reset the page and see what we have, and that's what we've magically created. Okay, there's a few things we could change here. We could change the color, the type to primary, so it matches up with this. We'll change all the colors later to match our green, but for now we'll leave that. So let's see what we could do with these sections here. Okay, so our row starts here and ends here, so I'm going to make a new row like that. Okay, and as before, I'll focus on just the medium, and so the first part will be just 1. Remember, a full row is 12 in total, so the second part is 8, which gives us 9, and we could have the last part is 3. Okay, so this will be stacked horizontally. Okay, so that will give us, this will be the first one, and then we have lorem ipsum and then our buttons. Okay, so in the left side we have BS3. We need a label and success and tab. So it gives us a label, and we could change this label to active, and that's what we have there. Now we have the second part, which will be here. Within a p tag, we'll put our lorem. Just reduce this a bit, like so, and we need a small, and then the created date will go in here. So just say 15th of March 2015. Okay, so that's what we have. Then we have these action buttons there. Okay, again, we could do this put a div, a class. So I have active. So this class could actually be article actions. Okay, so this is our run class, and then we want to make an extra small link button, style of default, and if we just have a look first and see, so that's what we have. Okay, so that's what we're aiming for. Okay, so it has things inside it. So what we can do is remove that, return. BS3 want to generate an icon. So it's a good idea to write down all these different icon folder is what we're looking for. It's a good idea to write down all the snippets, but you can have a look at on GitHub, is all there. And here we have want to put some sort of label so we can see what we have. In this case, view. We notice view is quite close to it. One way what we can try is get view out and put it outside and have a look. It's still too close to each other. So we could use code here. Say and new bar space. Yeah, so that's what that is, and new bar space. So that will create a new bar space basically between our icon and the text. Okay, so we've done enough to be able to copy and paste a few times. We could change the glyph icon to pencil. We'll change this to edit, and we have our view and our edit. And again, you can copy and paste or just paste what you have on your clipboard. And here we have remove, and we have this would be a delete, and we have our 3 action buttons. Okay, and it looks very, very similar to what we have here. So we have a horizontal rule, and then we have our pagination, which we could very easily do. So we have our row begins here and it ends here, so we could make a new add our H horizontal rule here, and that's it done. And then we have our pagination, so we could say give us a row like that, and we just want to focus on our medium size, so we'll give it a size 12. Okay, so here we want to add our pagination, so we have a navigation, and within that would say give us Bootstrap 3 pagination tab, and there we go. Very, very simple, very straightforward, and I think that pretty much concludes the HTML aspect of things. In the next lesson, we'd work on styling it, changing the colors, and making it more in line with the rest. Don't forget to come here and have a look at all these other snippets here that we've used. So I've added a few additional functions to this ticket, to this GitHub, so you can use mine or check to see if Jason has pulled in my requests, and you can use his instead. Okay, so this is where we're going to stop in this lesson, and I will see you in the next lesson.